In three, two, one. All right. We are starting now. So, welcome for those just joining. Of course, this is Bryer Snaros of Bryer Music Showcase. And here we're doing another live stream. It's been a little bit, it's been a bit since the last one. But for this one, again, it's been a while since I've done this. So, for this live stream, I'm going to be going over all the CDs that I bought throughout the month of February. And we got quite a bit. I'd say we got at least 35. So 35 CDs we have to go through. So, of course, I'm going to try to get through all of them. I'll give my brief thoughts on them. I'm not going to go too in depth because I just started this last month, but once I'm done with this live stream, I'm going to be recording a video, and that video will be my top 5 albums that I listened to this month. So I did it for January, now we're doing for February, and that video will probably be up on tomorrow, hopefully, if things go well. So again, 35 CDs to get through. So again, I'm going to try to keep my thoughts somewhat vague. I don't know how that's going to go, but we'll kind of just go by ear, I guess. Because I don't want to spoil anything on what might be in my top 5. So by the way, Garrett's here. Hello, good to see you. And there's Mickey as well, joining as well. All right, nice to see you. Okay, how's the new record player going? It's actually doing pretty good. You can see it back there. Yep, just chilling. There, you can see one of the speakers there. So yeah, it's doing pretty good. I've already been testing it out, and yeah, it works great. And I tried the Who. I listened to the whole Who one, and yeah, that sounds good. Before we get to the CDs, let's talk about the new about the stuff I've been playing on the record player. So obviously, the first one, if you saw the video, if you hadn't seen it already. By the way, if you hadn't seen that video, go watch it after this. Of course, I tried Who's Next. I listened to the whole thing. Sounded great. Definitely a very, very different listening experience, but absolutely glad to be able to play it on here. I'll put that to the side for now. We'll put them away in a bit. Okay, and then after that, I played, where is it? Played Sheer Heart Attack. This is one I was really dying to listen to. And yep, also sounds really good. And then to close that night, so this all happened that night after I set the turntable up. But last one for that night was Relayer by Yes. I mean, perfect way to close it off, I think. Absolutely. Still my favorite Yes album by a long shot. Well, not a long shot, but pretty close. But I must say, things has happened since that video. So I recorded that video on Monday nights, and Tuesday, so we're talking about yesterday, I got some stuff. So I went to the record store one more time yesterday, because I originally wanted to go today, but I remembered I have this today, so couldn't do it today, but luckily my brother took me yesterday and I got some stuff. And already I contradicted myself because in that video I have stated that, for one, if I'm going to get records, I'm only going to get 1 or 2. I got 4. And the second thing I said was that I said that I was not going to get any 45 singles. I got 1. So hasn't even been 24 hours. I'm already contradicting myself. But anyhow, let me quickly show what I bought, and then we'll get to the CDs. But first, let's get to the chat. Who's Next is better on record? I personally don't have a huge preference, but yeah, it's definitely. But I definitely do think it's a much different listening experience. But yeah, I see your point. You look pretty excited. Yep. Everyone liked my air drumming, I think. Hopefully. That was just in the moment, but yeah, that was fun. Okay, yeah. Jason and Garrett are talking. Have you tried Meaty Big and Bouncy? Not yet. I have not tried it yet. I really should. But that's probably maybe later today. Maybe I'll play it after I'm done recording a video, and then when I'm editing, maybe I'll put it on then, but not yet. But yeah, I do need to. Vinyl is fun to collect, especially vinyl that folds out. Yep, exactly, with the gate folds. Yeah, it's always exciting. Beatles 45s are fun to collect, I bet. We'll see what I find out there in the wild. You should never make statements or promises on YouTube. Yep, that's probably a good way to put it. Okay, and then one more, and then we'll get to what I bought. Has a lot of non-album tracks. Yep, yeah, that's true, because I know I'm a Boy's on it, and it's not on an album. The Seeker as well. All right, so now let's get to the records I bought yesterday. So first up, I found this. We got Styx with the Grand Illusion. Absolutely spectacular album. I'd say it's definitely one of my favorites of all time. Definitely my favorite Styx album by far. Again, not by a long shot, but pretty close. But yeah, great one. Here's the back, and I did test this one out, and yeah, it sounds great. Just quickly take it out. I'll just show. And it comes in this little sleeve here. Okay. Here's side one. Actually, which one's side? This here side one. So kind of, we'll just pull it out real quick, and then we'll put it back. So there it is. All right, so that was a good find. Again, I'm only going to focus on albums I really, really want. So yeah, I'm not going to go gung ho or anything, or I'm not sure that's how you say it, but you know what I'm trying to say. Next one I got, another spectacular album. We got The Crime of the Century, or just Crime of the Century by Supertramp. Fantastic album. And from what I gathered, this is actually an original 1974 pressing, a US pressing. So here's the back. Then there's the guys there. Kind of an interesting photo. And for an album that comes from 1974, it looks great condition. So here's the inner sleeve. Got the lyrics on one side. They have suits and hats on the other. So we'll show off the record real quick. Spectacular album, by the way. If you've not heard this one, I really recommend it. Put this away. Two more to go. Get in the sleeve. I got it. Almost got it. There we go. All right, next one. All right. I got another Yes album. And it's what most people would say is their favorite. They're probably their number one best. Got Close to the Edge, baby. Man, I love the green color. I don't know what people think of the album cover. Maybe some people think it's too empty, but I love the green on here. I love how it starts light, and then as you go up, it goes darker. And I love the font on the lettering. And of course, you have the Yes logo, which I've always loved this logo. Very simplistic, but I love it. And plus, green's my favorite color, so of course it's going to be it. And of course, we got to showcase this with that gorgeous landscape, of course, by Roger Dean. Not sure if you heard that, but yeah, Roger Dean looks fantastic. There's the back again. And it comes in the original sleeve. Get the lyrics. Here's the lyrics to side 2 and side 1, but the title track. So we just kind of show this one off on the Atlantic label. Of course, got to get a Yes album. Another, especially Close to the Edge. Now I have one more vinyl, and I have one more like full album. But like I said, I bought 1, about 145 single. And it was kind of one of those that were kind of in the dollar section or their dollar section where they're just in a separate box, just like for like less than $1 each. Okay, I'll put it away later. But yeah, so I'll show the 45 first, and then I'll get to the last record because I want to end that on a high note. This segment. So got Phil Collins with One More Night. Of course, with that, I'm a sucker for ballads, and so here it is. Again, here's the back of it. Of course, this was the single for his third album, No Jacket Required, which I have on CD. What's interesting about this 45 is that, of course, with 45s, there's always a song that was not on an album, and this one is no exception. So here's what it looks like, by the way. So on the A side, let me flip that. A side, you have, of course, the song One More Night, but on the B side, you have a song called The Man with the Horn. And I had not heard that song before buying this. And I was really interested because I never heard of it. And yeah, I played it. And yeah, that's a really good song. Like I can't believe I hadn't heard that song until now. And I'm a pretty big Phil Collins fan. But yeah, pretty good find. There's something else I want to say. Oh yeah, I was gonna say one more thing about the song The Man with the Horn. Very like actually no. So one thing, that song was originally made during the Hello I Must Be Going sessions, but it kind of got held off and it ended up being a B-side. But still, kind of cool. But yeah, that's the 45 there. Again, we'll see when I get any more 45s, but not going to rush it. So now we get to the last vinyl I got. And of course, it's a good one. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. I found it. Okay, and it's very fitting I got this because this album just turned 50 and it's Dark Side Mood. So Garrett, I was one step ahead of you. I got it. So I got it yesterday, and I think this is an original US pressing and still in pretty good shape in terms of the album artwork. Of course, the guy will show the gatefold. Hold on. Here it is. You have the lyrics in there. Right. Now it does not have the poster and stickers. It doesn't have it, but again, I'm not too sad about that. But again, at least I have the record itself. That's all that matters. And yes, I have. And funny enough, I have not tested this yet. I'm going to be playing it tonight because like I said, it's the 50th anniversary, so I want the right vibe. So yeah, here it is. The sleeve's not too perfect. There's a little bit of tape here because I guess somebody had to tape it up. But overall, the sleeve is just spectacular still. And it's still in this paper sleeve. I do hope to replace this. But yeah, here it is. Here it is. So yeah, looking forward for tonight. All right, and that's all the vinyl I have for now. Not sure when I'll go back out and get more, but we'll see. Of course, I gotta get some money first. I'm not too broke, but I'm definitely broker. Okay, put this all back. All right, let me just put everything away now, and let's see what the chat has. What's been going on in chat? Where did I leave off? Here, you got Sticks, great album. It comes with a poster. Well, sadly, mine doesn't. But oh well. Again, I'm not too upset about that. But yeah, it's good to have Sticks. Need to listen to that album, Crime of the Century? Yeah, you definitely should. Absolutely a terrific album. Especially the last song, The Crime of the Century, one of the great closing tracks really any album, I'd say. And Supertramp are just a very underrated band. Just so many great songs, great musicianship, and the vocals, while definitely a bit unique, but still absolutely a treat to listen to. So I highly recommend Supertramp. Okay, just trying to put this back. Okay, there we go. I got it now. Okay, let me just put all this to the side. Let's see what else. Best Supertramp before they got all goofy. Well, not sure because I love Breakfast in America. Like in all honesty, that's my favorite Supertramp album because I like the more pop aspect of it. But again, I totally get why people say Crime of the Century is the best. I totally get it. Like it's probably like I said, it's my second favorite. But some people, again, we all have our preferences. Okay, best yes. We all know it's Topographic Oceans. That's on my bucket list. I do want to get that on vinyl. Okay, we already did that. Do you get any snow? Nope, I don't. It's actually raining right now. Well, it was raining a bit harder, but I think it's drizzly now. But yeah, no, it's not snowing. I'm never gonna see snow down here unless I go to Big Bear, then maybe. But I no interest in going right now. No Jack Crow. It's amazing. Yep, I have it on CD, so I'm very familiar with the album. Now, where did I put the sleeve for this one? Oh, it's down here by my feet. But yeah, no Jack required. Yeah, I know people like to dunk on it because it's too poppy. It's too poppy. Bill Collins selling out. It's good pop music. But whatever. Again, I like any Phil Collins, whether it's progressive rock, jazz fusion, pop. I don't care. I love him, man. Okay, I want to do a deep dive of Phil Collins at some point. That'll be great. That'll be interesting. I haven't really listened to Yes, Styx, or Supertramp. Definitely very. So yeah, I think you might like some Styx. I think you know some of his hits, some of their hits like "Come Sail Away" maybe. But yeah, I'm not sure if you'll like Yes, Supertramp. I'd say for a Supertramp, I say start with Breakfast in America, Jason. That's more of their popular. That's more of their popular side. Earlier, they're a bit more proggy. So a bit more experimental, but Breakfast America is a really good starter, I think. Yo, yeah, show the label. Yeah, so yeah, that was for the Dark Side. You just need the Blu-ray of The Wizard of Oz. I really should. I really don't have it. I don't have that movie on DVD or Blu-ray. I've seen it, but don't have it physically. Maybe you should change that. Anyhow, that's the first pressing Pink Floyd. Nice. I knew it. I knew it. Probably worth 50 at least. Actually, the Dark Side. This was actually I got it for like 30. So I guess I got a steal on it. I guess. Hey, you got Rich. Good to see you. Hey, Bryer, you added some great albums to your collection. Crime of the Century and Dark Side of the Moon is in particular. Happy listening. I like Phil Collins too. All right, that's good to know. Thanks, Rich. You can watch this. Snowden. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, because I'm kind of not in that. I'm not in that general area where there's snow, but I know different parts of California gets it. But yeah, that's cool. I mean, I kind of wish I have it, but you know, No Jacket Requires my favorite Phil album. Cool, but I like his work with Genesis even better. Well, yeah, I think that's true. I kind of agree with that. Like I do tend to listen to the Genesis stuff a bit more than his solo nowadays, but again, I still love his solo stuff. My favorite Phil Collins album, I probably still say his debut. Like, yes, debut. It's a good blend of the poppy, but also he still has his more jazzy side still in that album. But yeah, but No Jacket Required is still great. It's a great pop album. No Jacket Required won Grammy for pop album, I think. I've been doing a lot of research into the Grammys. Yeah, that's true. I think I heard about that. I know it was a big seller. I think that's his most best. I think that's one of his best selling albums. I think so. No question. I don't doubt that. Yeah, I've been researching Weird Al and CCR lately for deep dive for future deep dives. Both Californians. I was like, my reading. I was like, hey, I know someone in California. Yep, that's me. Granted, I'm not that level at all. I can only dream. All right. Okay, so let's keep moving. So we're done with the vinyl stuff. Now we get to move on to what most people are here for, and that's the CDs. And like I said, we got 35 to get through. So just to recap, I'm going to try and get through this as quickly as I can. Again, I'm not going to go too in depth on my thoughts, on my deep thoughts on it, because again, a lot of these I haven't had a whole lot of time to listen to these because with school, work, it's kind of been, I don't have that much time to listen to everything. So, but I have listened to all of these at least once. So a lot of this is just my first impressions. So we're going to get through this. So we're going to start now. So I'm going through alphabetically. So I'm going to start with A's, and I'm going to go all the way down to the last one. And for a solo artist, I'm going by last name. Okay. So starting up. So funny story about the first two, because both these two were by the same artist. So I actually stole these. Don't tell nobody, but not from a store. Not from a store. I actually stole it from my mom. I never told her, because one night she went to work, and when she was gone, I snuck into her room, because she actually has a few CDs. She doesn't play them anymore. But I was curious to see what does she have, and I went through them, and I picked out 3 of them. I'm going to show 2 now, but there's another one that I'm going to get to a little bit later on in this. But first 2, we have Adele. We got 21. We got 25. So of course I know Adele. I mean, back in like the early 2000s, 2010, she was huge. You could not escape her. And for a long time, I just ignored her for so many years, because again, she was so popular, and I was kind of like, eh. At that point, I was starting to my music taste was starting to shift. So yeah, for many years, I didn't really pay any attention to her. But recently, I think I'm at a point now where I think, okay, I think it's time to maybe give her a fair shake. Let's see what I've been missing. And after listening to these 2, I actually didn't mind them. I actually kind of liked them. Again, it goes without saying, she's a great singer. Like, there's no doubt about that. She's a fabulous singer. And musically, I think there's some good stuff. Like, we'll start with 21 first. Of course, I know the hits. I know Rolling in the Deep. I know Rumor Has It. What else did I know? Set the Fire to the Rain and Someone Like You. But some of the other songs I liked were also pretty good. Let me quickly pull up what else I liked. Turning Tables. That's a good one. He Won't Go. I'll Be Waiting. And there's a cover of The Cure Love Song, which like I just said, it's originally by The Cure, and that's a pretty good one. I like that one. So yeah, 21, very good. And then we have 25. I would say it's probably not as strong as 21, but still, there's some very good pop music here. Of course, the hits like Hello, I mean, that was huge. Send my love to your new lover. I like that one. When We Were Young, I know that's my mom's. I think that's my mom's favorite song from her. And yeah, it's a great ballad. Great ballad. Remedy, Water Under the Bridge. I think that's probably my favorite song, actually. Water Under the Bridge. River Lene, I think that's how it is. And then also Sweetest Devotion. But yeah, again, it's not music I go to very often, but hey, I have Katy Perry now, so anything's possible at this point. But yeah, very good. I really enjoyed these ones. And of course, in the chat, while I'm going through this, you can comment your thoughts on any of these albums. Yeah, skip one. So Jason, awesome. I'm a huge Adele fan of both Adele albums. Both were pretty high up on my top 100 list. Both won Album of the Year. Yeah. Remedy, Millions of Years, and When We Were Young are also really good songs. Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. Okay, moving on. So we're done with the A's already. now we're going to the B's, and I only have one B, and last name is Brown, and that means Jackson Brown. So I bought his first album, like I can't remember, like a month or two ago, and I really enjoyed that album. Very very surprised by that one. Just so many great melodies, and also really enjoyed his vocals. But yeah, I decided to go with this one. I think this is his second album, and this is also really good. Another one I really enjoyed. I think I still prefer the debut a little bit more, but this is still, I'd say, top to bottom. Every song on here is really good. Again, let me just pull it up just to make sure. So this is, I forgot to say the name of the album. This is For Everyone, For Every Man. Sorry, For Every Man's the name of the album, and this came out in 1973. One thing that's very notable about this album is that it starts off with Take It Easy, which originally was a Eagles song, but if you didn't know, Jackson Browne and Glenn Frey actually wrote the song together, so it's credited to both of them. But so on this album, Jackson decided to do his own version, and it's very similar. There's some has a very kind of keeps the similar melody there, but there's just enough differences where okay, I mean, I really enjoyed both of them. Like they're both has some differences, but they're really good. Yeah, other songs like Our Lady of the Well, Color of the Sun, These Days, Redneck Friend, The Times You've Come. Then you have the title track, which closes the album, which is really good. But yeah, very nice. I really enjoyed this one. Actually, let me put these down here for now. There we go. Well, I got no C's. We're going straight to D, and I only have one. Actually, I got a couple. I got a few D's. Don't quote me on that. But anyhow, next up, I've shown this off before, but we have Damn Yankees. So for those who don't know, this is actually a super group. Well, mostly super group. You have Tommy Shaw of Styx. You have Ted Nugent. And then who's the? I already forgot the name. The other guys. I know another one's from Night Ranger. I think it was. Can't remember who's from who. I know Jack Blades. Then you have Michael Cartleone. Hopefully I said that right. I know one of them's from Night Ranger. I know the drummer. He was unknown, but he would later join Lynyrd Skynyrd. But yeah, so you have this album, and I didn't know what to expect from this, but this is really good. I really enjoyed this one. So it's good. This came out in 1990, and again, another one of those albums where top to bottom, there's like all killer, no filler, great guitar work. Of course, Tommy Shaw does a lot of the vocals, and we all know he sounds good because he's been in Styx. But yeah, just some great melodies, some great good and hard rocking solos, and Tommy Shaw and Ted Nugent together. What are the odds? It worked out good. Coming of Age is a great one. Bad Reputation, High Enough, which is kind of a power ballad, and I'm a sucker for ballads. The title track's great. Come Again, Rock City, Pile Driver. Of course, Ted Nugent probably wrote that one. But yeah, I recommend this one. If you're into more harder music, very good. I really go check it out. Put it here. Okay, Garrett. I guess the Yankees are similar to Tom Petty's Torpedoes. Maybe. All right. Next one. Okay, shown this one too. You got the Vinyls. For those who don't know, they're an Australian band. Got the lead singer's female. Let me see if I can find the name of the group. Or not the name of the group, the name of the members. Does it even tell you? I could look it up, but anyhow, moving on. So yeah, the Vinyls, Australian band. Of course, they weren't really that big here in the States. They only, I think, here in America, they only had the one hit, and it's called "I Touch Myself." Again, you can make it out. You can figure it out by yourself what that song's about. But yeah, so my thoughts on the album, pretty good as a whole. I mean, I love I love "I Touch Myself." That's a good. I know it's very sexual, but musically I like it. But the other songs here are still very good stuff, very strong stuff. Again, it's your typical like early '90s rock, alternative rock, whatever you want to call it. So besides "I Touch Myself," other songs on here that I liked: "Make Out All Right," "Lay Your Body Down," "Love School," "Bless My Soul," it's rock and roll, "If Love Was a Gun," and "Bullets." So those are the other songs. All the other songs are kind of like your more generic 90s rock sound. Didn't really capture me, but those songs I mentioned are very good. I really enjoyed it. Again, it's not my favorite one I've got here, but I think it's fine. All right, a few more. We got Dusty Spins here. That was a great '90s album. Yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. Liked it quite a bit. Nice slice of '90s cheese, but good overall. Yeah, that's a good way to. That perfectly sums it up, I think. The vinyls. Uh, yeah, I think that's probably just a play on words of that. But yeah, that's a. But yeah, that's yeah. Thanks for the info, Garrett. What's the song about? I'm too innocent to know. Um, 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 well, Jason, at certain points, when you go, at certain points, you go. Okay, I'm not gonna bother. What am I? What am I? What? I don't know, like a physical ed teacher. What do I look like? I'm a karate teacher. I'm not. I don't talk about that stuff. Anyhow, moving on. All right. So now let's move on. Let's not talk about that stuff. Let's talk about something a bit more. I guess I don't know what you call it. A bit more proggy. So next up, I got two from the same band. We have Dream Theater, and I've shown these out before. We have Awake from 1994, and we got Scenes from a Memory, or in full, Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. So for those who don't remember, I did a video where I showed off when I got this one, and originally the whole front thing came off. Well, now it's fixed now. So yeah, I still don't know why this was marked down, because I got this from the dollar section, and yeah, there's like nothing wrong with it. Like I played it, there was no skips. It played all the way through. The case is pretty good condition. So I don't know what dictates as a dollar thing. But anyhow, so yeah, I wanted to get more Dream Theater because I've had the one album for a long time, Images and Words, which I think it's in hand, it's reach. So this is all for the longest time. This is all I've had, which is good. I liked it, but now I think I definitely want to dive more into them. So first start off with Awake. So pulling it up real quick. So I think it's the third album. I think. Yeah, I'd say if we're going like starting with the beginning towards this, obviously this is the follow up to Images and Words. I'd say Images and Words is still stronger, but there's still some good stuff on here. Has everything you want from Dream Theater, like the complex arrangements, the crazy solos, the vocals very good. So songs I liked, 6 O'Clock, the first song's pretty good. Great way to open it. Caught in a Web, Innocent Faded, Voices, The Mirror, Lies, Lifting Shadows off a Dream, and then Scarred. Yeah, very good album, very strong. This one though, now this was something different. So this is a concept album, and I'm gonna quickly look up the story because it's quite interesting. Very interesting story. So this came out in 1999, and this actually came out, and I'm looking at it right now as I'm in darkness. Came out October 26, 1999. So this came out 25 days after I was born. So that's quite something. So yeah, the story. So little, I guess a little history on the album. So this was a sequel to a song off Images and Words. So let me just pull it up again. So on Images and Words, uh, on track 5 is Metropolis Part 1, The Miracle and the Sleeper. And so this is kind of a sequel to it, but not really. It's kind of taking the ideas from the song on here and kind of extending it out, if that makes any sense. So basically, the story kind of deals with the main character kind of going through like a hypnosis type of therapy. And through this hypnotic therapy, he kind of sees his past life as this female who was murdered years ago. And the story is kind of him trying to figure out what happened. So yeah, that's all I'll say on it. I'm not going to spoil it anymore, but it's a very interesting concept, and they do it very well. So yeah, it kind of plays out like a play. You have Act 1 and Act 2, if you can see that. Might as well show the inside of this one real quick. But yeah, this is very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'd say obviously if you're not used to Dream Theater, probably don't start with this one just yet. I probably start with Images and Words first, and then you come back to this one, and you'll kind of see this is good. Will it be in my top 5 though? We shall see. So pause for a sec. You play that very well. Thank you. I appreciate it. Dusty Spins, Dream Theater. It's good. Only the top, over the top. It's good over the top melodic metal. Yep, that pretty much sums it up. Very talented musicians. Okay, next you can talk about songs like "Dancing with Myself" by Billy Idol and "Cherry Pie" by Warrant. Well, I think they do. I think they tell you that very well. So it's Tommy Part 2. Well, it was like the album was actually very much inspired by a lot of the great concept albums. Let me just look. Yeah, I mean, I still have the page up. Yeah, so Tommy by The Who was one of the influences. Lamb Lies Down Broadway by Genesis, another good one that they took from. Amused to Death by Roger Waters. Radiohead, OK Computer, Queensryche, Operation Mindcrime. They even have inspirations from the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, Marillion, Misplaced Childhood, Pink Floyd, The Wall, and Final Cut. And yeah, many influences into this one. So yeah, definitely has some influences by Tommy. All right, we're done with the D's. Now we're on to the E's. I only have 2, but they're both by the same band. Okay, so this actually stems from the live stream I was on with Jason, Adam, and Garrett not that long ago. We're talking about Electric Light Orchestra. And I know Jason talked a lot about some of the songs on these 2 albums. And it kind of got me curious, and I went out and bought them. So first up, we have Time, 1981, I think. Then we have Secret Messages from 1983, not 93. So yeah, kind of first time delving into 80s ELO. And yeah, there's some good stuff. Very strong, I think. I think this one's definitely the strongest one because this one's kind of another concept album. This one's kind of more standalone. And this one doesn't have as many songs, but that I enjoyed, but still very deep, very, very cool. So with Time, another concept album dealing with time travel. I haven't delved into the story in this one yet, but I know time travel is the big thing about this one. But yeah, great parts throughout this one. Obviously, you can hear a lot more of that 80s production, but I think they played off fairly well for the most part. Twilight's great. Yours Truly, 2095. Ticket to the Moon. Rain is Falling was a great one. It's one of my favorites. From the End of the World, Here's the News, 21st Century Man, Hold On Tight. Yeah, I think it's very good. Very strong. Like I said, this one isn't as strong, but there's some good songs on it. Let me just pull that up real quick. So only like 6 songs I really liked. The title track was good. Losers Gone Wild, Take Me On and On, Strangers. Yep, and Garrett has said that. Yeah, that's probably my favorite song. That's a good one. Danger Ahead, Letter from Spain. Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Not quite cream of the crop ELO, but there's some good stuff in there. I think they're worth checking out. Okay, I need to get The Lamb Lies Down. I think it's definitely worth a listen. There's a lot to it. It's very dense, so be careful. Make sure you have a very open mind on that one. Strangers, I already talked about that. Discover by ELO is a great album. I think are you talking about Discovery? And if you're talking about Discovery, then yes, that's a really great one. I actually do own it. There it is. Okay. Time story isn't that complicated. A man from the 80s travels to 2095, gets stuck, longs for the past, and I think he gets back in the end. So yeah, thank you. Saves me the hassle looking it up. Anyhow, Strangers was in my top 10. Yeah, I knew it. All right. Next up. Well, I'm annoyed now because I said that I was done with the D's, but turns out I had one more, but it got out of order. That's why you gotta double check before you start. Anyhow, so one more D. We have Bob Dylan. Got another one. We have Nashville Skyline. Put it simply, this is his country album. This is where he went full on country. And yeah, he does it very well. Definitely very different, especially the vocal style he was using, because it was very different from what from most people are used to. Not so much the nasally, well, still kind of nasally, but definitely in a much different tone. It's very, very interesting, very hypnotic, actually, I must say. So yeah, anyhow, songs I really enjoyed. We have Girl from the Northern Country, which was a duet with Johnny Cash. That's a good one. We have To Be Alone with You. To Be Alone, I already said that. I Threw It All Away, Peggy Day. And of course, the only song I knew on this album before getting it was Lay Lady Lay. And that's a great song. I love that one. One More Night, not the Phil Collins song. This is the Bob Dylan song. One More Night. That's good. Tell me that it isn't true, and then it closes off with a good one with Tonight I'll Be Staying Here with You. Yeah, very good, very different, but I think he does a very good job in this genre. Okay, Nashville Skyline is my country album. Lost my dog, my truck gotten stuck in the mud, my girlfriend broke up with me, and I'm gonna go get a beer. Why did I laugh at that? That's horrible. And yeah, one of the Bob Dylan quotes. That's guess. Okay, moving on from that. All right, so let me make sure the rest of this is in order. I'll be so annoyed if it's not the case. I think we're good. Anyhow, so now we go into the H's. So yeah, we're skipping a lot. We're going straight to H. Steve Hackett, and I did a short on this not that long ago. So yeah, just a quick short, just showcase, just unboxing it. And yeah, so for a long time I wanted to get more Steve Hackett because I did that contest entry for the Canadian Stud Muffin, which I didn't win. Okay, I'll move on from that. I didn't win that, but it got me a chance to re-listen to another Steve Hackett album I've had for a while. It's over here. Luckily, a lot of these are in hand reach. This one, we have Spectral Mornings, and that really helped me kind of reignite my interest in him. So I decided to go and get his I think this is his this is his first album. So this is the first album he released, I think he just left Genesis by this point. Actually, no, I think he was still in Genesis. Yeah, he was still in Genesis at this point. This came out in 1975, so yeah, he was still in Genesis at this point. But yeah, very cool. Another one I very much enjoyed. Let me just pull this one up. What's cool about this one is that actually, like Mike Rutherford and Phil Collins actually appear on this album. They actually help out on this one, which is very cool. And of course, Phil is obviously providing drums. He actually sings vocal lead, or kind of sings lead slash second vocalist on one of the tracks. And Mike Rutherford is providing some bass stuff and some other stuff, I believe. Let me be double sure what they actually did. So Phil Collins drums, vibes, and percussion and vocals, and Mike Rutherford provided bass guitar, bass pedals, and fuzz 12 string. So yeah, very cool. Great guitar work as always. So it's mainly instrumental. Like the first half is instrumental, then the next half has vocals on it. So side one has some great instrumentals like Ace of Wands, Hands of the Priestesses, A Town Struck Down, great stuff. And then side two, you have The Hermit, Star of Sirius, which that is the song with Phil Collins singing on it, and closes out with Shadows of the Hierophant. I hope I said that right. But yeah, very cool album, I will say. Very interested. Yeah, hopefully we'll get more Steve Hackett, because he's very much a very underrated guitar player. If you hear the Genesis stuff and you're hearing his solo stuff, you just see just how great of a player he is, and still out there. Okay, Zeb Hackett. I have 3 versions of that. 1 LP and 2 CD editions. A classic. That's awesome. Hey, Please Don't Touch and Spectral Mornings 2 is amazing. I probably would get Please Don't Touch next. Probably be the next one. Technically, it's Genesis. I mean, kind of. I guess you can say that. Just no Peter Gabriel, of course. No Tony Banks. Yeah, so pretty close. Oh, yeah. I need to purchase some more early Genesis. My collection is lacking. Yep, go do that. Go do that. But yeah, go get Like, I love Peter Gabriel Genesis stuff. I mean, I love both eras. Don't get me wrong. I love both eras, both with Peter Gabriel and without. Except the one with who was the name? Like, I forgot his name already. What the heck? I knew this. Who's that third singer they had on Calling on Stations? God dang. Let's see. It's close by. Let me just see. That just shows you how memorable he was. This is embarrassing. And I'm a Genesis fan. I should know this. Ray Wilson. And yeah, Zeb just said it. Ray Wilson. There you go. God dang. I'm so embarrassed. Anyhow, moving on. What was I talking about before? Yeah, early Genesis. Go check it out. If I'm not mistaken, Tony Banks is the only one who doesn't get along well with everyone. Well, yeah, especially if you watch interviews with him, you can always tell he has I don't know why. He seems like he always has a chip on his shoulder. I don't know. Like, lighten up, man. Anyhow, I need The Lamb, Selling England, and Foxtrot. Yeah, definitely Foxtrot. That's my favorite. I mean, that's my favorite Genesis album, period. But yeah, Foxtrot, that's a good one. I almost would have gotten Nursery Crime on vinyl. I almost would have gotten it yesterday, but it was just a bit too much. Maybe next time, though. Maybe next time. Shadow of Hierophant. Still don't know if I'm saying that right. Sorry. were written by Hackett and Rutherford in 1972 and 1973. Tony Banks never approved of it for Genesis. Yes, it's the long lost Genesis album, along with Anthony Phillips. Yeah. Steve Hackett got the shaft. They really didn't treat him that well. I mean, they liked him, but yeah, they just didn't let him to shine. Kind of similar to like George Harrison in a sense. Both guitarists, they were both, by this point, they were starting to write more, but the other members were like, nah, they're not good enough. And so they went off and made their solo career. Very interesting how they parallel. Geese and the Ghost with Mike Rutherford and with Rutherford and Collins, also John Hackett. All right. Yeah. Please don't touch us. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. That's a good theory. You don't talk about calling on stations. Yeah, that's exactly right. Invisible Touch is the third song in that trilogy. So yeah, Please Don't Touch, I Touch Myself, and Invisible Touch. We're all very feely today. That's the whole stream. Just all about feeling each other. Now we need emotional feelings. Okay, Genesis albums should be heard on vinyl. I believe the CDs are remixes that features re-recording vocals from Gabriel, and some tracks are cautiously muted. That's true, especially a lot of the remixes. I believe so. If you get, like, let me get two examples. Yeah, these things are falling. Come on. Like, if you get these, like these 2008 remixes, then yes, you might run into those. If you get one of these though, where they have like the standard like black side, they're a bit closer to the. They're definitely a bit more closer to the original vinyl, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I've heard online. But I do hope to get more Genesis on vinyl. Okay. That Foxtrot looks like it's the original. Yeah, looks like it. Re-recorded vocals from Gabriel. No, what they did was use discarded vocal takes here and there on those remixes. Yeah, but in all essence, it's still kind of not quite what the original was like. But yeah, I'm fine with it though. Again, it doesn't bother me too much. But yeah, moving on. I'm not going to go too far into depth in this one because I've talked about this album before on another live stream I did with Jason and Adam. Got Jimi Hendrix with the debut Are You Experienced? So I talked about this one live stream. So I'm not going to go too in depth on this one, but yeah, great debut, very groundbreaking for the time. Just so many great guitar work on this one. I'll just recap what songs I liked on it. Purple Haze, of course, great opening track. Manic Depression, Hey Joe, May This Be Love. I don't live today. The Wind Cries Mary, Fire, not Arthur Brown, but Jimi Hendrix, and then Foxy Lady. So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that one. Next, let's go with Huey Lewis and the News. My first one, and this is probably I think this is their best-selling one. I believe so. And yeah, great songs in here as well. Again, I've always liked Huey Lewis. I've always had a soft spot for him. I've always liked his vocals, and they made some great hits. But listening to some of the other songs on here, it's getting some great stuff. Let's see. Pull it up. What did I like on it? The Heart of Rock and Roll was a single, I think. Heart and Soul's great. I Want a New Drug. Walking on a Thin Line. Finally Found a Home, and If This Is It, which is probably my favorite song on here. But yeah, just a good feel good kind of like a throwback rock album. But yeah, it's a great listen. I like it a lot. Okay, now we're into the Eyes. For I, we only have one. We got Iron Butterfly and La Gata de Vida. Of course, 1968. Got psychedelic, acid rock, blues rock. So yeah, I found this one. I'm gonna be frank. This is probably my least favorite CE I got in this whole batch. It's still not bad. I didn't hate it, but if I'm going to be honest, aside from the title track, which we all know is a great one, the whole 17-minute track is a great one. It's a classic. But everything else besides that kind of is hit or miss. Some things I liked. Some things were like, okay, this is yeah. Let's go to the next track, please. The big thing about the big drawback of this album is really the production. Like again, the God of Vida doesn't sound too bad, but again, the other songs there's just so much noise in your ears, especially the guitars. Like the guitars are just piercing. Like, geez, the Velvet Underground knew when to dial it down. But yeah, just yeah. As a whole, it's not my favorite, but it's not bad. Again, I can't say I hate it, but probably I'm only going to be listening to the title track mostly. So yeah, sorry for those who really enjoy that one, but yeah, didn't really speak to me a whole lot. All right, so this next one, we're in the J now, so we only have one J, and this kind of similar with the Adele story. I kind of stole this from my mom as well. So this is the other one I got from her CD collection, and lo and behold, got Norah Jones yet again. So I have her first album, "Come Away with Me," which is somewhere up there. I'm not gonna try and get it this time because it's on the top or on the higher shelf. But yeah, I liked it. I liked her debut. Thought, why not check out her second album? This one's called "Feels Like Home." Yeah, I don't know. I need to really listen to the first album again, but I think I might prefer this one than the debut. I don't know. I think this album had a bit more hooks on it to me. You still have the more jazzy side, but you also have a little bit of a country aspect in here as well. But yeah, I think it blends together really well. So starts off with Sunrise. That's a great song. I love the vibe on that one. What I Am to You, another good one. Um, I'm gonna get the book out for a sec because I want to verify something. Let's see. I just want to verify something really quick. Just where is it? Come on. I might need to look it up again. Okay, I found it. Okay, I just want to verify something. Where was I? Those Sweet Words, another good one. In the Morning. Be Here to Love Me. Creeping In. So track 7 is called Creeping In. And you have Dolly Parton. You have Dolly Parton duetting with Norah Jones, and I think they sound pretty good together. I like that one too. I really enjoyed that one. Toes, another good song. Above the Ground, and The Prettiest Thing. So yeah, again, I need to re-listen to the first album, but so far I think this is probably my favorite one I've heard. But yeah, I liked it. Liked it a lot. I need to go back to the chat. Let's see what I've missed. They definitely muted some of Phil's harmonies. Okay, the definitive editions 1994 from Genesis is the original mixes. Cheap 2. Yep. CDs. Yes, I have some of those. Nursery Crimes, the same thing. Trespass. Genesis Live. Like all those are like 1994 editions. So people hate Purple A's all in my brain. Is that Trippy Hippie talking? Is that how he says how he does it? Anyhow, moving on. I have the definitive edition CD of Abacab. Oh, cool. Very nice. If this is it's my favorite Huey Lewis song. Yep. I'm trying to think. What's my favorite? Could be Do You Believe in Love? That could be probably my favorite. Do you believe in love? I'm way out of key, but you get the idea. Wait a minute. It looks like Rock and or Roll. Very good. I agree with Garrett and me. Yep. Okay, I have that CD. Got it from Rob Skier. I definitely want to get into Norah Jones music more. Yeah, that's cool. I remember that video. Jason. Do you delve into country or rap? Those are two genres I don't delve into a lot. Not so much rap. Very rarely. I like maybe a few Eminem songs. But that's pretty much about it. And maybe We Were to Hell too, if you want to count him. But yeah, not so much rap. I'm more tolerant to country. Of course, I always respect Johnny Cash and Dolly Parton. I have one Randy Travis CD somewhere in the collection. But yeah, I kind of see myself kind of more of on the countryside a bit more. It's not my favorite genre by no means, but if I had to pick the two, I go with country any day. Okay, so we're all caught up now. Moving on, we're about an hour in, right? Exactly. So that's pretty cool. And how many do we have left? Am I even halfway done? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 20, 21. So, okay, I don't think I'm halfway. All right, I'm going to try to see if we can go a little bit quicker here. Okay, next, we're on to K. We got the Kinks. And Garrett knows this one. I've actually shown this to him privately. And yep, we got the Village Green Preservation Society. In this little digi, have a little digi pack. There it is on the inside. But yeah, you got the Kinks. So I know Garrett and Nick, they both have said this is a fantastic album. And of course, that got me curious because I do have Arthur and I do have Lola versus Power Man. And yeah, those are the only two I have. But yeah, I decided to give this one, give it a shot. And you know, I get it. I definitely see why this is often considered their best album. Just there are many great songs on here. Of course, the title track's great opening. Do You Remember Walter? Pictured Book, that's a great one. Johnny Thunder, Last of the Steam Powered Trains, Sitting by the Riverside, Animal Farm, Village Green, Starstruck, Phenomenal Cat, Monica, People Take Pictures of Each Other. Yeah, really good album. Very good. I definitely need to listen to this one more, but I can see myself loving it more and more the more I give it more listens. So yeah, for what as of now, like very strong album, very strong. Will that make my top 5? Who knows? Time to get into Phil Collins' side project. Yeah, Brand X. Yeah, I need to get Brand X. I don't have any, but I've really wanted to dive into that one because I hear a lot of good stuff about it. Of course, Phil Collins' more jazz fusion band he started. Yeah, I definitely want to get into this one. So the first album. So yeah, definitely need to look into those. Okay, love this album. Of course, talking about the Kinks. Village Green is my favorite song on it. All right, right on. I have the Kinks as a 3 CD deluxe. So many great outtakes from that period. Yeah, mine's just like the single CD. It's just funny because my Lola and my Arthur are the deluxe editions, but this one I got the single. Don't know what dictates that. Anyhow, let's keep going. All right, so we're going to K. We're going to L. Only have one L. K. We got Cyndi Lauper with True Colors. My first Cyndi Lauper CD in the collection. I would have preferred her first album, but I'll take this one. Why not? Because it has the title track True Colors, which is a classic. I love that song. I've always loved it. Great message too. I know, and Phil Collins actually did a cover on it. So yeah, the more you know. I'll say aside from that song, as a whole, again, probably not one of the. This is probably not going to be in the top 5. I'll tell you that much. Other songs I liked: "Change of Heart," "Calm Inside the Storm," and maybe "A Far Away Nearby." Again, it's 1986. It's kind of like your stereotypical pop album from that period. I think her debut was a bit more interesting. Here, not so much. Again, aside from the title track. But yeah, I don't have much to say on this one. But I have it, so whatever. Okay, now we're going to the M's, and we have quite a bit of M's. So M's probably the biggest section we got. Okay, next we're going to go with Madonna with Like a Virgin. Man, this stream's all about sex, isn't it? Anyhow, I know people are going to be thinking, oh my God, you got Madonna. Oh my God, you got Madonna. How could you get Madonna? She orchestrated Weird Al's assassination. Okay, that aside. Okay, let's just focus on the music. So, I have Like a Prayer. That was the first one I bought. And yeah, I always wanted to get this one on a CD because I always like Madonna's stuff. I'll never say I'm a huge diehard fan of Madonna, but I think she's made some good songs, and I think this is probably, of the two Madonna's albums I've heard, this is probably my favorite. This is probably her best one, honestly. Just great songs on here, great pop songs. I mean, she is called the Queen of Pop, so there's some good stuff on here. I knew 2 songs before getting this. Of course, we have Material Girl and Like a Virgin. But all the other songs were quite new. Well, maybe not too new because I did hear it. At one point, but this was years ago, so I don't remember anything. But other songs on here that were really good. Like this was, like I'll just say now, it's a great album. It's a great early 80s pop album. Again, the other songs like Angel, Love Don't Live Here Anymore, Dress You Up. I'm going to be dead honest. That song, Dress You Up, has been stuck in my head for the past week now because it just has like a very catchy chorus into it. I just can't get out. Shooby Doo, that's another pretty good one. Another great melody on that one. Pretender and Stay. But yeah, great album. I like it. Again, I'll never forgive her what she did at Weird Al, but you know, she can write a good melody. What do you want from me? Anyhow, moving on. I forgot to take off that comment. Anyway, we're moving on. We're going to look at the comments now. Okay, Product would be a great entry for Brand X. Also, that song. Sorry, my spelling is very crap. Phil even sings on those 2. Okay, that's good to know. That's probably the 4th song in the trilogy. In La Rush. Yep. I think he took the Weird Al movie too literal. She's a notorious drug lord now. I know. She's still at large. Like a Virgin, touched for the very first time. I think the word touch should be the word of the day. Yep. What has the stream turned into? What have I started? What have I done? I should just end it now. I gotta stop the madness. But nope, we still got CDs to talk about. So we persevere. By the way, we have 9 people here. This is a good way because we're about the halfway point now, I think. So for the 9 people here, thank you so much for watching. Of course, don't forget to like the stream. Helps the stream out a lot. And thank you so much for participating in this, especially for those in the chat. We're gonna get to it. We're almost done. So hopefully I can get this done before 4/2, hopefully, because I do need to record the top 5 albums. So here we go. Moving on. Marillion with Fugazi. Okay, so this is the 3rd Marillion album I bought. So this is their second. So this is their second album. So this is still with their first singer, Fish. Of course, Marillion are known, especially during their early period, they were known for having a very Genesis-like sound, especially for Fish's vocals. Like Fish definitely has a very Peter Gabriel-esque vocal style, which I love. Again, if you like Genesis, you might like some of the early Marillion. I think so. I also have, which are over there, I have Misplaced Childhood and I have Clutching at Straws. And Clutching at Straws is a fantastic album. Misplaced Childhood is also a fantastic album. Fugazi, a good album. It's so far it's my least favorite of the 3 I've heard, but there's still some good stuff on here. Excuse me. So Assassin, great opening track. I love that song. It's probably my favorite song on here, actually. Jigsaw, another great one. Incubus, and then the title track. All very good songs. Again, this is probably another one I need to re-listen to again because it hasn't fully clicked with me. But for the songs I mentioned, yeah, that's some good stuff. I like it. I like it a lot. So yeah, Fugazi by Marillion. All right, we went from prog rock, and now we're going to some Blue-Eyed Soul. You got Michael McDonald. Jeez, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's very windy out there. You might get the rain. Rain might come back pretty soon. I didn't replace this case, by the way. But yeah, Michael McDonald, of course, this is his first solo album. It came out in 1982, actually. Oh, wait. Oh boy, actually, did it come out in 82? Let me just double check. I can look it up. No worries. Yeah, 1982. Huh. I thought it was a lot earlier. But yeah, Michael McDonald. Always liked his vocals. Just a great singer, I think. Of course, with Steely Dan, with the Doobie Brothers, and now his solo work. Songs highlights on this one, of course, I keep forgetting, which is the big hit on here. Great bass line on that, very smooth, funky rhythm to it. Yeah, great stuff. Other songs I also really enjoyed. The first song, "Playing by the Rules," is a really good one. I really enjoyed the vibe on that one. Love Lies is good. I Can Let Go Now, If That's What It Takes, the title track, and then Believe in Me. Yeah, some good stuff. Again, probably not a go-to album, but it's good stuff. All right, let's check in the chat. Check in the chat. Subscribe, please. Bryer needs your support. Well, we're getting close to 1,000. Less than 200 away. So yeah, that'll be great if we can get to 1,000. But of course, gotta shout out, of course, Jason here and Garrett. Of course, subscribe to their channels as well. I mean, Garrett, of course. I mean, without him, I wouldn't have gotten that thing back there. So yeah, subscribe to, of course, Jason, great guy. Collaborated with him many times. So yeah, go subscribe to these two, and even Adam from What the Gym, of course. Gotta mention him too. And of course, Nick. Don't forget Nick. So yeah. Where was I? Okay, great Marillion album. Yeah, pretty good. Script for the Jester's Tears is their best. Okay, interesting. Also, the song Grendel from '82 is their 18-minute Genesis song. Okay, yeah, script for the Jester. I need to get. That's probably the last one I need to complete the Fish era. I still need to check out the Hogarth era. I haven't heard anything from them. So Zeb, if you know any Steve Hogarth era albums to check out, let me know. Okay, I keep forgetting it's great. Yes, it is. It's super windy super windy. Yeah, it's very windy here in Southern California. His vocals on "Ride Like the Wind" by Christopher Cross are great too. Yeah, oh yeah, can't forget Christopher Cross as well. Also, he was on the song "I Really Don't Know." What's the name of that song? I gotta look this up. Don't judge my pajamas. Okay. Yeah, I really don't know. That's another one with Michael McDonald on it. So yeah, I think that's a really underrated song, by the way. Thanks, Bryer. No problem, Jason. Because I know, Jason, you're getting close to 200. So yeah, hopefully you get that. You'll get there very soon. Go for Brave, 1994. Okay, make a note of that. So Brave, 1994. All right, so let's keep moving. You only have a few more to go. All right, let's go for some more hard rock here. Let's go back to the hard rock. We have Michael Schenker Group with simply called MSG. Now, I think this is an alternate cover. This is not the original. I can quickly pull up what the original album cover is supposed to look like. Won't take too long. Give me a sec. Okay, I got an image. Let me see if I can pull up my screen. Let's see if I remember how to do it. Share. I might have to move something. Let's move to my separate screen. Okay, share. There it is. So that's the original album cover, and this is what I have. So clear difference here. Honestly, I think I kind of prefer that cover, honestly. But yeah. Album cover aside, this was still a fantastic album. Very great hard rock album. Of course, I've had Assault Attack. And I love Assault Attack. It's a great one. I still prefer that one. Over this one, but there's still some fantastic songs on this album. Uh, let me find it. Let me pull it up. So 1981 this came out. But yeah, another one where it's top to bottom, all killer, no filler. I mean, Michael Schenker, another fantastic guitarist. Like so many great riffs and solos throughout this album, and and of course, Assault Tech as well. It has the same thing. On vocals, who's on vocals again? We have. I can't read that. Jesus, sorry, but I can't read that. Gary something. And of course, the booklet doesn't tell you anything. All right, let me look this up now. Okay. Gary Barden. There it is. Gary Barden's the name. That took way too long. You also have Cozy Powell on drums. And yeah, great stuff. Like again, top to bottom. Like, Are You Ready to Rock? Attack of the Mad Axemen. On and On. Let Sleeping Dogs Lie, but I want more. Never Trust a Stranger. Looking for Love. And it closes out with Secondary Emotion. So yeah, check this out. Could this be in the top 5? Who knows? Okay, let's catch up. Only 2 comments here. Okay, I'm at 19. I'm 180. Shorts can do miracles for your sub count. Oh yeah, they do. But yeah, Saddle Map Studios as well. Subscribe to that channel. Let's get both Jason and Garrett at 200. Can we do it? Okay, so yeah, go check out these 2 channels, like I said before. Okay, and then we have Andy Hanna. Okay, have you ever heard of the band Spirits? If not, check it out. Yeah, I have heard of Spirits. They're the band who sued Led Zeppelin, right? I know. But yeah, I have heard of Spirits. But yeah, I do probably should check them out. I probably do need to check them out. Again, let me know if there's any good Spirit albums I should check out. Okay, moving on. Next one, we're going to Joni once again with Clouds. This is her second album. And this is during a period where she was just strictly a folk artist. No extra musicians. This is just mainly her on the guitar and piano as well. And yeah, it's a great one. I think it's mostly acoustic guitar though. But yeah, as you know, I love Joni. She's one of my favorite female artists. This is not really my favorite era of hers, but still some good stuff, some good melodies. Tin Angel, Chelsea's Morning. I don't know where I stand. That song about the Midway. The Gallery, I think I understand, and it closes out with Both Sides Now. This is so the original version. I think yes, because I have the cover, because I have the redone version from 2000 from her, and I'm going to be honest, I actually prefer the later version of it versus the original. I don't know. I think it just kind of really fits the mood of the lyrics to me. And of course, she's older in it, so I think it's much more. It relates to it a lot more. But still, to think that she wrote it in her 20s is still like shows just how mature she was for her age at that time. Way more mature than most men. I just what was that, like a mic drop or something? Was that like an oh snap moment? But jokes aside, yeah, I love Joni. But yeah, not one of my favorites from hers, but yeah, it's still a nice listen. Let's see. I'm at 186. I'm trying to do more shorts, even though a certain someone thinks shorts are bad. Yeah, we're not gonna say who, but yeah, he has his opinion on it, and he's older. He's old, so yeah. I mean, so no wonder. But yeah, I get the argument. I totally understand, because even I don't fully love doing shorts. But again, that's kind of where entertainment's going. Even though we want to resist it, like I know people in the industry, and they've told me then that yes, short form content is going to be a huge thing moving forward. So we can either resist it or try to adapt to it, and I chose to adapt to it. So yeah, that's my stand on it. But yeah, you can still have fun making shorts. I mean, that's why I try to make my shorts a bit interesting to look at. And doing the whole like just earlier today, I just have this on standby, but the Dark Side of the Moon short earlier, I did that. So yeah. Anyway, let's not talk about shorts anymore. Let's move on. Hey, Cozy Powell, best drummer I ever saw live, even better than the Appear. Whoa, that's quite a statement. Cozy Powell, yeah, he's a great drummer, absolutely spectacular drummer. Especially he worked with so many bands like Black Sabbath. He's worked with the Rainbow. He's worked with who else? I know there are more, but they're escaping me at the moment. But I know he's done so much, like Emerson, Lake and Powell. If you think that's a good album, of course, but yeah, he did that as well. But yeah, he's done so many good stuff. There's so many great drummers, really underrated. All right, okay, moving on. Still in M's. Let's go for some Southern rock with Molly Hatchet. So Molly Hatchet, another Southern rock band, This one came out in 1978. Very cool album cover, by the way. I love that. Some people might misinterpret this as a metal album, but it's really not. It's just your great, good old Southern rock. If you love Lynyrd Skynyrd, you most definitely would love Molly Hatchet. Some great guitar work on here. The vocals also very good. Let's just name some songs here that I liked. Where is it? Bounty Hunter is a great opening track. Gator Country, it's another one, great one. Big Apple, The Price You Pay. That's 7 minutes, but it's a great one. Dreams I'll Never See, I'll Be Running, Cheating Woman. Yeah, good one. Very good stuff. I definitely would want to check out more Molly Hatchet in the future. I like how you can kind of see how the pile growing. Okay. Next, Moody Blues, A Question of Balance. 1970 now. Again, I've had few Moody Blues albums in the past. But yeah, another good one. I like this one very much. Question, good one. How is it? Parentheses, we are here. End parentheses. And the tide rushes in. Tortoise in the Hare. It's up to you. Melancholy Man. Yeah. I don't know if this is my favorite one. I have to re-listen to the ones I have now. But yeah, another good, very strong album. Mott the Hoople with All the Young Dudes, of course, produced by David Bowie. So this was kind of their breakout album in a sense, because before this, they were thinking of breaking up because they weren't really doing that well. But David Bowie came in and was like, hey, don't break up, I'll help you. And he, helped them out in a good way. So yeah, let me just see. So yeah, so it starts with the cover with Sweet Jane from the Velvet Underground. Great version of it. Mama's Little Jewel. And of course, the title track is another one, classic. I don't know how big it was back in the day here in the United States. I'm sure it was pretty big in the UK, but I'm not sure if it was big in the United States. Anyhow, Sucker's another good one. Jerkin Caucus. Or Crocus. I just say it's Crocus. What the heck did I say? I'm not going to dwell on that. Moving on. Another song, Ready for Love, which was funny because Ready for Love, I didn't know at the time. This was actually the first version of it. The version I was more familiar with was the Bad Company version, which makes sense because the guitarist in the band, Mick Ralphs, I think, he was in the Mott the Hoople, but then he left the band and joined forces with Paul Rogers. They formed a Bad Company, and Ready for Love is on the debut. So kind of interesting. Of course, on this album, it's sung by Mick Ralphs. Of course, on Bad Company, it's Paul Rogers singing it. But very interesting fact. The more you know, again. And it closes out with Sea Diver. So yeah, another good one. Very good. So this is now my second Mott the Hoople album. I have the one that's just called Mott. And I really enjoyed that one too, excuse me. Okay. Got Mickey. Molly Hatchet was a great band. Too bad they all passed away. I bet they all have. Bet the band's still going, but it's all just a bunch of randos. Anyhow, moving on. Let's see how much we have left now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got 11 more. Wish me luck. Nectar. Remember the Future. So, only 2 songs on this one. So, very kind of in the same vein as one like Thick as a Brick. Again, it's technically just one song, but it's split into 2 halves. But yeah. Great. Another good album. I mean, if you love progressive rock, this is a must if you've not heard this one. Because, yeah, there's 2 songs on it, and each song are close to 20 minutes. But there's just so many great passages, some great melodies. The vocals are also pretty good. Also, there's some moments where it gets a little funky too. Like not quite, but a little bit. There's some moments where it gets you moving a little bit. And also, I love the artwork to it. I've always liked a lot of progressive rock album covers. Just something so beautiful about them. And this is a 2 CD pack, by the way. So the first disc has the original album on it. Disc 2 has like a live CD. So that's quite interesting. So yeah, go check this one out. Okay, I'm going to take a quick drink break because I've been talking for over an hour and a half. If you want to know what I've been drinking tons of cranberry juice lately. This is all we've had, so I don't know. And I don't have a glass. I just drink from the bottle. This is all mine. No one has it. No one can have it. Yeah, my throat needed that. It needed that. My throat was a little dry. Moving on. Wash my mouth. Okay, let's go back to the metal. We got Queensryche, Rage for Order. This is their second full-length studio album. Yep. Got Jeff Tate, of course, still on lead vocals. Chris Guillermo. That's how you say that. I think that's how you say it. Yeah. I've always enjoyed Queensryche. I mean, Jeff Tate, like I mentioned before, just one of the great metal vocalists ever. Very theatrical, great range. And then hair got in my mouth. That ruined my train of thought. But yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, good album. So I think because Operation Mindcrime is still my all-time favorite Queensryche album. Like I don't think there's gonna be an album that's gonna top Operation Mindcrime for me. But this is still pretty good. Walk in the Shadows, great opening track. I Dream in Infrared, The Whisper, The Killing Words, Chemical Youth, We Are Rebellion, London. Yeah, fantastic. Don't know if I'll get more. Well, I do want to get the EP at some point because the EP has some good stuff on it. But yeah, I don't know if I'll get any more. I kind of just want to stick with the classic period of Queensryche. I'm not too interested in a lot of the later stuff. Maybe I'll get some of the ones with Todd Latour. That's his name. I can't. Todd Latour. Hopefully that's his name. I got his name right. But the current lead singer of Queensryche. Maybe I'll get some of the albums that he was on. So yeah, maybe. Okay. Let's see what we got in the chat. Let's see, where was I? Okay, Bryer and Jason, are you going to join my Police Top 10 song stream Sunday? I mean, I'm down for it. I probably don't. I don't have anything. I probably don't have anything on Sunday. So hey, if you need me, I'll do it. I could probably whip out a top 10 very quickly because it's not many, not many albums, so it can't take that long. But yeah, I'm down for it. Okay, Hugh Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. Yep, that'll set that totally sums up my mindset. Okay, and Jason's working Sunday, so probably won't make it on that day. So all right. The next one, still in the kind of the hair metal. I don't know, hair metal, glam metal. This is kind of like the tail end of that era. We got Skid Row, the first album, self-titled album. Yeah, I'm just gonna be frank. It's fine. I liked it. It's not something I would reach too often because musically it gets generic. Because at this point, again, this is like 19. When did this come out? Does this tell me? Yeah, 1989 came out. By this point, the whole sound was starting to get kind of tiring. I mean, Sebastian Bach, he's a good singer. I'm not going to hate on that. But musically, that's kind of where it loses me. There's still some nice songs like Big Guns, Sweet Little Girl, Sweet Little Sister, uh, 18 Life. That's probably my favorite song here. Youth Gone Wild. I Remember You. Making a Mess. Yeah, it's solid. It's a solid album, but honestly, it's not one I would reach for that often. But why not? Just getting taller. All right. Patti Smith with Horses. This is her first album, I think. When it's coming, 1975, I think. Yeah. So this is kind of a blend of punk, garage rock, standard rock type of sound. And of course, Patti Smith, known for her lyrics, kind of more very poetic. But yeah, very interesting stuff. I need to listen to this one more. As of right now, I enjoy it, but again, I haven't quite gotten used to the sound on here because I have Easter and I enjoy Easter, but this is kind of a little bit different from that. There's no real like hit on it. It's all just supposed to be taken as one artistic piece. So I definitely need to listen to this more. But as of now, I enjoy it. I enjoyed every song. There was no song I hated. But yeah, I like it. I like it as of now. Okay. All right, Garrett, if you're still watching, you're going to be very happy on this next one. We got Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. So, as I've stated before, again, I'm not gonna come out and say I'm now a diehard Bruce Springsteen fan. I don't think I'm ever gonna get there, but I am. I should be proud to say that I'm starting to warm up to him more, and I think so far this might be my favorite one. Again, I've only heard Born to Run before this, so but based on those two, I might prefer this one just a tad more. Because the songs I really do enjoy here, Badlands, Adam Raised a Cain, Something in the Night, The Promised Land, Factory, Streets of Fire, Prove It All Night. Yeah, those songs are good. I mean, musically, I think there's some great, musically it's very good. Again, I've always been hit or miss with Bruce's vocals. That's the only thing. That's kind of why it's taken me so long to really dive into his music more. But on this album, I think there's some more songs. I think it fit his vocals a bit more. Again, like I said, I'm warming up to it now. But yeah, we'll see how things go. But yeah, I enjoyed this one. I actually kind of like. I would go far to say I really liked it. Hope this doesn't fall. All right, let's keep on moving. All right. So this next one's probably going to be the biggest oddball in this whole haul, because this is very different. So this is not from the UK. This is not from the United States. We're going all the way to Japan. We're going to talk about some J-pop. It's not the J-pop you're thinking of, but we have this album's called Variety, and the artist is called Maria Takayoshi. Let's see, I don't know if I said that right. So this came out in 1984. So I only knew one song on here, and the song is called. And by the way, if you ever want to check out again Maria Takayoshi, spells like that, I'd say check that song out. The song "Plastic Love." That's the song. That's probably like her biggest hit, at least here in the States. And that's some, like, of course in Japan it was a huge hit, but here in America it was kind of like a very small hit, very small hit. But it was kind of picked up by the internet. But yeah, Plastic Love. Go check that song out if you want to get a sense of what the music's like, because this was I wouldn't say I was blown away, but I very much enjoy this album. Like I really enjoyed her vocals. Again, it's mainly Japanese, so if you don't like Japanese vocals, then it's probably not going to be for you. But she sounds great, and there's actually 2 songs on here which she sings in English. And you probably think she's singing English. I'm like, oh my god, oh my gosh, why is she trying English? She's gonna sound terrible. She's gonna have a thick accent. Like I'm gonna be frank. Like even though her English accent sounds almost just as good as her Japanese vocals. Like track 3 and track 5 are the only 2 songs with English speaking vocals on it, and yeah, they're great. Some great melodies, some great hooks. I already mentioned her vocals. Yeah. I think you can find this album on Spotify. At least the last time I checked, it was on Spotify. So yeah, if you go to Spotify, or I don't know if it's on Amazon Music. I don't know, so you can check. But Variety is the name of the album, and Maria Takayoshi is the name of the artist. Just yeah, I give it a listen. Then come back to me what your thoughts on it is. Okay, let's see what the chat's been. It's been a bit. And raised a cane. Yeah, I can't do a Bruce Springsteen impression. Okay, definitely try "Born in the USA." Okay, that's gonna be an interesting one because I don't like the song. I don't like the song. Like lyrically, it's good, but musically, it kind of gets on my nerves. Also because it's played on the 4th of July. But I'm sure the other songs will be fine. Just "Born in the USA" is gonna be one I'm probably not gonna have a greatest time on. Okay, yeah, Jason agrees. Kind of the same with Bruce. But yeah. So we're almost done. Yeah, 5 more to go. Okay, I think we're gonna get this under 2 hours. Anyhow, next, let's go back to some more jazz. So jazz fusion, I should say. We have another Weather Report album. So I bought Heavy Weather, I think, I want to say last month, maybe a month, or maybe December, somewhere around there. But yeah, at the record store, they happen to have another Weather Report album, and I immediately was like, yep, I'm taking it. So this came out in 1974. So this was before Jaco Pastorius joined the band. So this is a different bass player. But besides that, still another good one. I still prefer Heavy Weather more, but still some good stuff here. And I love the album cover too. That's kind of nice. I like the design of that. C. I'm gonna butcher this first one. So Nubian Sundance is a great musical piece. Again, there's really no vocals on this one. It's just instrumental for the most part. But yeah, great. That's a great opening track. American Tango, Cucumber Slumber, Blackthorn Rose, Jungle Book. Yeah, very good one. I definitely got to find more Weather Reports because I know there's just some great musicianship throughout. And yeah, good stuff. All right. Last 4. Okay, next we're in W, by the way, if anybody's been keeping track. But yeah, W now. So I've been hearing this particular artist a lot lately. So with all this hype, I had to pick an album. I've mainly been hearing this from Larry Graves, the Canadian Stud Muffin. He's been talking about this particular album by this particular artist a lot. So I was like, okay, I gotta see what the hype's about. So the artist is Paul Weller, and this is the 2010 album, Wake Up the Nation. So I have never heard any Paul Weller. I have never even heard anything from the Jam, to be frank. So I don't have no idea. I was going in completely blind, nothing to reference. But let me just find it real quick. But yeah, after listening to it, I think this is a start of a new discovery, of a new very good discovery. So yeah, I can't really describe the music because the musically is kind of like alternative indie rock. I don't know. I can't really describe it, but it's still. I really enjoy this one. This was a really good one. Of course, there's many good songs that I really enjoyed, like Moonshine. The title track's good. No Tears to Cry, Andromeda. If I had a nickel for every song, I had the title Andromeda in the title. I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's kind of amazing it happened twice. She Speaks, Find the Torch, Burn the Plans, Aim High. Trees is a very cool song. Trees is a good one. 7 and 3 is the striker's name. Up the dosage. Up the dosage. That was it. Pieces of a Dream. Yeah, this was good. I liked it. I'm not gonna say I loved it. It's a bit too early to say that. I've only been dating for what? I don't know what I'm talking about now. But we're going after a minute and 40 minutes, so I'm getting loopy now. But yeah, that's what he looks like. Again, Paul Weller was originally a part of the Jam, but like I said, I have not heard anything from the Jam. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this one. Will that make the top 5? We'll see. All right, let's see what people in chat been saying. Okay, I'm on fire. I'm going down. My hometown, glory days, and my favorite, Dancing in the Dark. It's a winner, even if you don't like the title track. Okay. All right. Well, I'll take your word for it. We'll see if I get a chance to get it. All right. Next up, we have Melting Cats. Hello. Love your vids. Thank you very much. Thank you for telling me that. Okay. All right. Glad you can be here as well. Why'd you have to bring up Touch Me by the Doors? I didn't even mention the door once in this whole thing. But yeah, now we have 5 songs with touch in the title. Okay, does anybody else want to share another song about touching? Let's keep the train going, I guess. Can we get 10 songs with touch in the title? Or has something to do with feeling? I don't know. All right. Anyhow, so we're down to the last 3 CDs. Next, we got Stevie Wonder, Fulfilling This, first finale. Again, I've only had 1 Stevie Wonder album plus a soundtrack, if you want to count that, The Women in Red. And I needed to get more, but so I went with this one. And yeah, I mean, Stevie Wonder. What can you say about him? He was another one of those musical geniuses of the 70s. Just at this point, he was just on fire. Just another top to bottom good one. Smile Please, great opening track. Heaven is a 10 zillion light years away. Love it. Too Shy to Say, just a beautiful song. Then you have the more upbeat songs like Boogie on Reggae Women, Creepin'. Man, that's the second song in this whole live stream that had Creepin' in the title. Oh man, this live stream, man. Oh my god. You haven't done nothing. It ain't no use. They won't go when I go. Bird of Beauty, please don't go. Again, great. I don't know why. I don't know why it took me so long to get more Stevie Wonder. Like, It's just things just seem to happen, you know. All right, so now let's go on. We're on the Y. Neil Young, Harvest Moon. I've been meaning to get this one for a long time, actually, as well. Okay, so now I have 3 Neil Young. I have After the Gold Rush, and I have uh, After the Gold Rush and Harvest. So now we have Harvest Moon. Yeah, so it's kind of going back to his folky roots, and yeah, a little bit of country as well, and yeah, it's a good one. I enjoy this one. Unknown Legend, From Hank to Hendrix, You and Me, the title track, Such a Woman, Old King, and I actually really like the live the 10-minute live song, Natural Beauty. It's kind of the same thing for 10 minutes, but I like the melody is just really good. I actually didn't mind it. But yeah, Neil Young. Yeah, he's not one of my all-time favorite artists, but that's a good one. That's a good one. Before we get to the very last CD in this haul, first let's see what the chat's been saying. I gotta look around this stack. Okay. We have Sweet Caroline. Touching me, touching you, Sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Okay. There's a ranking video for you. Yep. Another album of the year. Yeah. Loving, touching, squeezing by Journey. Yep. We're at 7. Can we get to 10 by the end of the live stream? Through the Lens. All right. Hey, how's it go? How's it going? Pretty good. I'm actually almost done with my whole haul. I'm just about to reveal the last one, which we're gonna do right now. So, the last CD I have here for today, and of course, we're gonna recap what I got. Of course, we're gonna try briefly recap it. But yeah, the last CD I have, and this is not really a letter. I kind of put this last because it's a number. We have 10cc with the original soundtrack. This is their second or third album. I can't remember. But yeah, heard of quite a bit of 10cc, so I was kind of interested. I've heard a lot of people point to this one as a good starter, so I went and got this one. And yeah, it's a very cool album. It's usually it's lumped around like art rock, maybe little bit of prog, not so much. I wouldn't say it's a progressive rock album, but mainly an art rock album. Kind of experimental, but still kind of commercial sounding. It's weird. It's weird. It's hard to describe it. They definitely have a unique sound. So that's all I'll say. The song I knew before getting this was "I'm Not in Love," which was a hit, which was probably their biggest hit, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's a very cool album. Let's see. I need more time with it though, because it's aside from "I'm Not in Love," everything else is very new, and it's kind of again, you're so used to the one hit that when you start looking through the deep cuts, you start to realize just how unique the band actually is. You have a whole like a Paris trilogy, because there's the first song is divided into 3 sections, and it's all centered around Paris. Then you have "I'm Not in Love," which I said before. Blackmail is pretty cool. The Second Sitting for the Last Supper. Brand New Day, and Life is a mind stone. So yeah, pretty cool. Again, I need more time with it, but based on the first listen, very interested. So yeah, there you go. Now we got through everything. So of course I'm gonna recap everything. We're just gonna go through all this again, and just so for the people who are just coming in, now what you missed. But of course, if you missed it, you can just rewatch the live stream once. You can always watch the replay once I'm done here. So while I'm doing the recap for the 8 people here, I want you to predict. So because like I said, after I'm done with this, I'm going to immediately record my top 5 favorite CD purchases of February. And so while I recap, I want people in the chat to predict what you think, which one of these albums would be my number one. So take the time, and you have plenty of time because I'm going to recap this. So this is also a good chance for you to kind of get a refresher on what I have here. So my number one could either be 10cc, the original soundtrack. We're going backwards, by the way, reverse order. Neil Young, Harvest Moon. Stevie Wonder, fulfilling this first finale. Paul Weller, Wake Up the Nation. Weather Reports, Mysterious Traveler. Maria Takeuchi, Variety. Bruce Springsteen, Darkness on the Edge of Town. Patti Smith, Horses. Skid Row, by Skid Row. Queensryche, Rage for Order. Nectar, Remember the Future. Mott the Hoople, All the Young Dudes. The Moody Blues, A Question of Balance. Molly Hatchet, by Molly Hatchet. Joni Mitchell, Clouds. Michael Schenker Group, MSG. Michael McDonald, If That's What It Takes. Marillion, Fugazi. Madonna, Like a Virgin. Cyndi Lauper, True Colors. The Kinks, The Village Greens Preservation Society. Norah Jones, Feels Like Home. Iron Butterfly, In-Legata de Vida. Well, I kind of already told you where this would rank. Huey Lewis in the News, Sports. Jimi Hendrix Experience, Are You Experienced? Steve Hackett, Voyage of the Actrolite. I don't know if I said that right. Bob Dylan, Nashville Skyline. Electric Light Orchestra, Secret Messages. Almost there. Electric Light Orchestra, Time. Dream Theater, Metropolis Part 2, Scenes from a Memory. Dream Theater, Awake. The Vinyls, by The Vinyls. Damn Yankees, by Damn Yankees. For Every Man, by Jackson Browne. Adele, 25. And finally, Adele, 21. So there you go. That's all 35 CDs I've bought in the month of February. Let's see what you've been saying in the chat. And if there's nothing else to say, of course, we'll call it here for today. But yeah, again, thank you again for being here. So through the lens, I picked up a few C's recently myself. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, you can go if you want to share them, then feel free. I want to hold your hand, number 8. That's 8 now. We should have there should be a play. I should make a playlist of every song with the word touching in the lyrics. That would be an interesting one. Okay. Hey. Oh, you already did. Okay. You were one step ahead of me. Okay, you bought Gracie Abrams and Paramount the other day. Okay, interesting. I haven't heard, I know of those two, but I haven't heard anything by them. But yeah, cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Wow, quite a monthly haul for a short month. I know, right? Only 28 days, and yet I still managed. Man, I need a life. Okay, moving on. To be honest, I only buy 3-5 albums a month. Yeah, of course, with CDs, that's the exception. With CDs, they're a lot cheaper, so of course I'll end up buying more because versus vinyl, because vinyls isn't cheap, so a lot cheaper. Yeah, probably call them darn Yankees. Yeah, you know, you know, that's the rock thing. You always got to put a swear word in their name just to get more controversy. Or darn the Torpedoes, yeah. But yeah, but still, what? I don't like that. But yeah, the music still is good. If you can bypass the name, then the music still rocks hard. All right. Okay, one more here. Then they'll be caught up. I bought one record in February. I guarantee you'll never guess what it is. Is it gonna be Kinks? Is it Kinks related? That's my guess. But yeah. But anyhow, all right. So we actually, I don't know how I was able to manage to get this under 2 hours, but I'm happy. I'm happy though. So again, I think I'm going to call it here. So unless anybody wants to predict my number one, if not, then okay. It was not Kings related. Okay, well I give up then. I tried. Anyhow, as I was saying, so again, I'm probably going to go ahead and record my top 5 albums I bought throughout the month of February. Again, I will say though, my number one may surprise some people. It may surprise people. That's all I'll say on that. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this whole stream. Thank you for all those who came by, even for those who could only stay for a little bit. Even if you couldn't watch this, if you're just watching the replay of this, then again, regardless, thank you so much for watching this. Again, very appreciate it. This was definitely a lot of fun, just interacting with you in the chat. Again, it's been a bit since the last one I did this. I did last one was back in January, so back when I did that Q&A. But it's good to do another one. But it's actually been a long time since I did a live CD haul, because the last CD haul I did live was in October, so it's been a couple months since then. But yeah, definitely a good haul. It's definitely been a good month. It's been a good month. We'll see what March has to offer. So we'll see about that. So before I go, there's a couple more. Some people have predicted. I got a couple predictions already. So we got one from Mickey. He says Neil Young was your top. So we have a Neil Young vote for Neil Young. Okay, we have Garrett. He thinks the Weather Report or the Bruce Springsteen. No. I'm going to be upfront. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen will not be number one. It's probably close. It's kind of towards. It's definitely on the higher. Definitely on the higher end of it, but not quite top 5 though. But who knows? Maybe one day it will be. Okay, got about 15 this month. Mainly Zeppelin and Rainbow. That's nice. That's a good haul. All right, is there anything else I need to say? Okay, make sure you watch the last video I did when I unboxed my turntable. That was definitely a lot of fun to do. That was a lot of fun getting that set up. Of course, getting speakers set up got kind of tedious, but I figured it out. So, but everything's working. So, and of course tonight I'm going to be listening to this album, of course, to celebrate its 50th anniversary. So definitely have a nice, pleasant evening planned out for me. So again, okay, now I really gotta call it here. I'm just stalling for time now. But yeah, thank you again for watching. If you enjoy this, please give this stream video a like. Of course, if you are new, please subscribe to the channel. Again, I appreciate all the support. If you're watching the replay, make sure you comment below your thoughts on any of the albums that I bought. And I'll see you in the next one. So probably see when I get the video done. Hopefully the top 5 will be out tomorrow if things go well, but we'll see. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one. So thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care and goodbye for now.